This Reading Life by Beckie Matheson, Nicole and Jessica Lamano. The average three-sport athlete spends over $1,600 on user fees alone throughout their 4 years at Reading Memorial High School. This fee seems costly, but every athlete, drama member, band member, and even fitness center user must pay a $185 fee each season in order to participate in these activities. Mr. Vaccaro, the athletic director here at RMHS, believes that athletics is a privilege, not a right. He acknowledges that his students do attend a public school, and parents should not have to pay such costly fees for their kids to participate when taxes already fund these programs. However, since our school has over 20 sports and activities available for the students, these fees are essential in order to keep these programs running, the coaching staff a part of the programs, and the facilities up to par. Mr. Vaccaro explains what user fees go towards.
The money for user fees goes to paying coaches' salaries, and for the town to save teachers' positions and try to keep the programs that they have, they need to subsidize somehow. They feel that charging user fee is a fair way to keep teachers and coaches. I would say that the top two reasons is buses, and well, three, the officials, the buses, and the coaches.
Kelly Matrullo, a lacrosse player here at RMHS, shared what she thinks user fees go towards.
From what I've heard, the user fee money all goes into one mass account, and from there is distributed between sports to pay for officials, facilities, and buses.
Kelly is one of the many students at RMHS who is aware of what user fees go towards. Yet some students who do not participate in athletics are unaware of the reasons for these costs. Ethan Hutchins, a student who no longer participates in athletics, shared what he thinks user fees go towards.
I'm not really sure what it goes towards, but I would think it would go towards paying the coaches in the athletic department.
Ethan may not have known the exact reason for these costs, but Peter Spinuzzi, another RMHS athlete, shared whether or not he believes the $185 fee per sport is a fair price.
I don't think it's fair that this year we have to pay $175 when last year we only paid $85. But compared to North Reading, it pays $400 per sport. I think we have it pretty good.
Like Peter said, our fees have increased over the past few years, but compared to other surrounding towns, we have a pretty reasonable price. Drew Magnoza, a track athlete at RMHS, shared with us why he believes user fees are completely reasonable.
It's a pretty good deal, $200, and you get 2 months of sports at least, with coaching for 2 hours a day at least.
Drew showed us that user fees are truly a great deal, and that athletes get more than enough out of their sports for a fair price. Melissa Del Pazzo, a 2-sport, 4-year varsity athlete, has the same opinion as Drew, and shared why she thinks paying for user fees is worth the cost, considering all the experiences you get from the programs that you participate in.
The user fee, yeah, it's expensive, and you think you're only paying for like one sports season, but honestly, the friendships that you make and the times that you have, it lasts like throughout the whole entire year, 4 years of your high school career, and you can't put a price on that.
Along with Melissa, many students participate in athletics, drama, and band for the friendships and experiences that they get out of these programs, no matter what the cost. Morgan Bruzizi, a lacrosse player at RMHS, has the same attitude towards user fees as Melissa. She shared her opinion on user fees.
I'd probably be willing to pay anything for sports because, I love it so much. But, there is a limit. I'm not going to pay, $500 to go play a high school sport for, a month and a half.
Like Morgan, many students love the activities that they do here at RMHS, but they probably would not continue to play if the prices increased to an extreme amount. Mr. Vaccaro shared why user fees have increased over the past couple of years.
They've increased because the funding from the state has been less to the cities and towns across Massachusetts. So cities and towns are trying to make up some revenue, again, to keep teachers, keep programs, it would be a decision whether you increase user fees or cut programs, and we choose to increase user fees.
Besides user fees increasing over the past few years for sports, a user fee has now been put into place for band members, drama club members, and students who use the fitness center. Mr. Vaccaro explains why band, drama, and fitness center users must pay a fee.
It comes down to, who do you pay through a user fee versus what is the town going to pay for it. If the town feels it's a necessity, then they should pay for it. If they feel it's an extra, then they raise money through user fees.
Caroline Norris, a drama member here at RMHS, shared why she is completely okay with paying user fees.
I do drama, and I think it's fair that we have to pay user fees because all the other activities have to pay for them too. And also the money goes to making our shows better.
Although Caroline believes that user fees are appropriate for drama members in order for their shows to take place, Catherine Reedy, another drama member, shared her opinion on this issue.
I don't think it's fair that drama and band students have to pay user fees because they don't have to pay their coaches, and it's not like the money goes to making the fields better.
Catherine may not support user fees for other activities besides sports, but another issue about user fees is why the junior varsity and freshman teams are charged the same price as varsity teams. Basketball and lacrosse player Katie Clements shared her opinion on this issue.
I don't think the JV and freshman teams should have to pay as much as varsity for user fees because they don't get as much access to the facilities and their season is much shorter. On a varsity team, your coaches are more committed to you and you get more out of the program.
Being exposed to the freshman, JV, and varsity teams, Katie is not alone in believing all three teams should not have to pay the same price. Kate DeBenedetto, a soccer and lacrosse player here at RMHS, also shared her opinion on this issue.
Well, I think that everyone gets pretty much equal benefits. Like for people who play like two sports, like even if you think in one sport, like I play soccer and lacrosse, and for soccer, like we get to practice like on site at the high school, and we have like access to a trainer and a bathroom. But then like for lacrosse, we have to go to like a completely different field, and we don't have a trainer there, and the bathroom is all depending on if the school's going to be open or not. Like on Saturday morning, sometimes it's not, so like that's inconvenient. But for the most part, like the money that we pay goes towards the upkeep of like the fields and the officials and buses. So overall, I think it's fair that we all pay the same amount of money because it's going towards the same cause.
Although Kate admits that other teams receive more benefits than others, she still thinks it's fair that everyone pays the same price, because in the end, all the user fee money just goes into a mass account and is shared equally among all sports. Mr. Vaccaro thought this issue was a good point and shared his opinion.
I guess there's really no good answer except that we still need to pay. We need to take that, again, that pot of money to pay for all the coaches, transportation, and officials. And so everybody needs to do their fair share. We've talked a lot about sports like hockey and football that require a huge amount of money from the school. You know, maybe they should pay more because of all the rentals for hockey, all the equipment for football. But we have thought the fairer way to do it is everybody pays the same.
Overall, Mr. Vaccaro understands that these fees may seem unnecessary and pricey for a public school, but he believes user fees are essential to our school and community in order to keep all the programs running efficiently and fewer teachers from losing their jobs in our school system.